Everyone, Timey here, and about a year ago I made my first pepper collection video that got more than 4,000 views on it, which was pretty great. I think I was only about 20 subscribers then, and about a year later now I'm at 160, so thank you guys for all that. So I might as well make my 2023 pepper collection video to celebrate 160 subscribers. I'll be going over peppers that you might want to grow, peppers that are easy, peppers that are hard, and just interesting ones in general. So let's start this video. First pepper, let's start at the hottest and the first pepper that I ever grew. Also my oldest pepper here, being 2 years old, I'm going to try to save it again for another year, is this Carolina Reaper plant. Carolina Reaper, of course, being the world's hottest pepper at 2.2 million Scoville units, is pretty great. I actually highly recommend growing this pepper for people who really love hot foods because of how easy it is. It is quite a large plant, meaning it needs quite a large pot and a lot of water, since most peppers do like a lot of water. But otherwise, it's great. Every year I've grown it for 3 years straight, it's been great. It produces lots of peppers, hundreds of peppers actually. I've never had it to where it has had any problems. I'm just trying to say that this is a great pepper plant. Let's go to another really fun one real quick, which is the low heat version of that, which is the Trinidad Perfume. Trinidad Perfume is a very, very low heat Trinidad Scorpion, which Trinidad Scorpions are another super hot pepper. They're kind of related to Carolina Reapers. Trinidad Perfume is only about 2,000 Scoville units. There's none on there, but I'll show you one later what they look like. They look almost identical to you. They actually look a little bit like habaneros, but yeah, which I'll be going over habaneros since I have quite a interesting two of them here. But Trinidad Perfume, this year it's been great. They taste great. Great for hot sauces where you combine Carolina Reapers, the heat of the Carolina Reaper, with the flavor of both of them. So you turn it down a little bit, you get that nice Carolina Reaper flavor that a lot of people love, including me. Another one, Thai chilies. Tiny little plant. This thing is really little. It produces hundreds of these little tiny chilies. You can dry them. You can just eat them just straight up. They are quite hot. They're 100,000 Scoville units, and I'll introduce you to its big brother now, which is the Guambone, which produces slightly larger chilies, and it's a much larger plant. This thing is on the larger end of pepper plants. One of my favorite things about the Guambone is just how amazing. It looks great. The leaves are almost a little bit like lamb's ear. They're a little bit like, I don't know, hairy a little bit, I guess. Kind of softness of a lamb's ear. They go from green to black, actually, to bright red. So they go through quite an interesting evolution. I've grown this plant. This is also a 2-year-old plant. The same plant from last year. So if you go at my earlier pepper collection, this is the same plant that I had last year. This year, actually, I have an automated watering system. So that's great. So yeah, I really can't recommend these plants enough. Let's go to another one. Let's go to Chili Relleno. Chili Relleno's been a fun plant to grow. If you like a little bit less spicy on the end, they are also great. Let's quick fire this. Chinese 5-color, beautiful plant, really hot. They're mainly an ornamental pepper, so yeah. These guys, I don't actually know what they are. I thought they were, I need to remember their name now. They are Aji Chapatia. Well, they were Aji Chapatillas, but I got scammed on them, so these are not the plants I ordered. Serrano is great. Now let's go to the habaneros that I was talking about earlier. We have Habanada, which is a no-heat habanero, kind of like how the Trinidad Perfume is to Carolina Reaper, Habanada is to habanero. So that's really great. They taste very similar, but again, very, very mild compared to the heat of a habanero. I've not tasted this guy yet. This is another super hot. I got this from Pepper Joe's. That's where I got the seeds for all these guys are. And this is another super hot. These guys look crazy. So I have no idea what they are or what they taste like. So I really can't get an informed opinion. Keep on my YouTube shorts since I usually post once a week about this. Alright, this guy, very similar to the Chinese 5-color. Forget your name though. You are let me check. You are a Numinex Twilight. Alright, much smaller pepper. I haven't gotten... These should go through the same evolution that the Chinese 5-color is, which is purple to this kind of yellowish to orange to red. So they should do that as well. but they haven't yet, so they're not that ripe. Serrano. I have two kinds of Serrano. I have the green Serranos. I have the red Serrano. The red Serrano isn't doing really well because its watering system was all broken. But it is a great plant, and I love it. I dry them. I eat them. They're amazing. Green Serrano hasn't produced that many peppers, but also great pepper plant. Hungarian wax chili or yellow Hungarian hot. That's a nice pepper plant. It produced so many peppers throughout this year, from a yellow to orange to red, and all of them are great. The yellow are, I think, a little bit sweeter than the red ones. The red ones are merely just heat, while the yellow has a little bit more flavor to them. So if you want to pick them, I would say pick them when they're just starting to turn to their kind of orange state, because that's when they're going to be tasting and have the correct amount of heat. Fireworks pepper, basically the same thing as Numinex Twilight and Chinese 5-color. Same thing with this guy, which you are a Tabasco. No, actually, no, not. This is Tabasco chili. Tabasco chilies are great. I haven't gotten a single one of them yet, unfortunately. But this is an awesome looking plant, so yeah, highly recommend. Now let's go to the other section of peppers. I'm actually going to edit this video for once. So let's go now. My second section of peppers. I love all of these peppers a lot. When I said we were going to talk about the hard ones, these ones over here are going to be some of them. I find that sweet peppers on average are actually harder to grow than their hot cousins. But some of these are a little bit hot, so let's go over them. First is this guy, which is a Jimmy Norello. It doesn't have that much peppers on it because I picked a bunch of them, but this is one of my favorite plants by far that I have. It is sweet. They look crazy. You can actually tell from the ones that are on there that they're going to look crazy. And these are actually small compared to the ones that I've gotten so far. Most of them have been like that big across. Just crazy, crazy pepper plant. I highly recommend growing a Jimmy Norello. Just, that's how great they are. Next one is Jingle Bell. It produces these tiny little bell peppers that are great in salads. Of course, bell peppers, no spiciness to them. You know that bell peppers are the only kind of pepper that don't have any capsaicin in them, which is an interesting fact that I learned recently, and is just, yeah, it's kind of cool. Next one is cayenne. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cayenne plants. Cayenne is just all around amazing. It produces these very thin, none of them are ripe on here because I picked a whole bunch of them. Actually, go watch my video about how to make cayenne powder, since that's what I do with these guys. Cayenne is great for cayenne powder, which is great for just adding a little bit of spice to literally anything you want to cook. So yeah, cayenne powder is great. Of course, jalapeno, everyone knows what that is, so I'm just going to actually gloss over it because of how many people know what it is. Bell pepper, this guy got some nice bell peppers on there. I haven't got a single one from this guy yet, but these guys are looking amazing. So yeah, next is probably the hardest plant that I have to grow, and not a great looking plant, but produces a great amount of peppers. This is the candy cane pepper plant. Candy cane peppers are some of the most beautiful pepper that I grow. At the end of this, I'll show you what they look like, about all these different kind of peppers look like, because I picked a bunch of them. These look great. Actually, there's one on here that I can show. They get these stripes. This guy isn't a great example, but these kind of darker red stripes with the orange in between, just great. Now we have the Big Jim pepper, which this is the Guinness World Records largest pepper in the world. You can actually tell they're very, very large. Oh, there's one. This one's still growing, but you can tell how big it's gonna get. So very interesting pepper. You got the paprika. This is actually called an Alma paprika because paprika is a blend of different kinds of peppers. And so this is a variant of it that can make paprika. Great pepper, looks like a tomato, actually. Kind of like how a pimento pepper looks. I did not get to grow them this year, which is very unfortunate. But great looking pepper. So that's the last pepper, but real fast, I'll edit this video again so we can go look at what the peppers actually look like. What the peppers look like. Here we got a chili relleno pepper. I let this one ripen a little bit so I can make some paprika powder out of it. Of course, I've got, ignore that, I've got some Reapers, which Reapers are pretty dense and pretty hard. This is my Carolina Reapers. These are the world's hottest pepper. We got some red Serranos. And drying in my drying rack, we have some cayenne, which are going to go in this. I'm actually about to make a video about how to make cayenne powder, so you're about to see that in here. Then we have some guambones and Thai chilies just drying so I can make some hot pepper powder out of them. What I thought was the aji chapatia. I'm drying those to make another pepper powder out of them. So you're about to, if you go and tune into that video, I'll be using this thing in it, my dehydrator. So that's what some of these peppers look like. Let's go again to some other ones that I have that are in the fridge. This is a fully ripened yellow Hungarian hot pepper. This one's been damaged, so I'm actually probably gonna have to throw it out, unfortunately. We got the big Jim pepper right here, pretty large pepper. And then we got the Reaper next to its no-heat cousin. No, that's the Reaper. That's the no-heat cousin. This is the Trinidad Perfume, which you can see is very similar looking, a little bit different. They look more like a habanero in my opinion. Let's go to the fridge real quick to get out a few other peppers that I have in here, which are candy cane pepper. This guy's also not looking great, so I'm gonna have to throw him out, unfortunately. And that's it. That's all my peppers of this year. Stay tuned for next year's peppers and finishing up this year's peppers. See you guys.